Hi, my name is Alex J. Eltringham. I am a filmmaker, and today I am on the grind with the host, Jeanette.
Hi, everyone. Who are you?
I'm Alex J. Eltringham. I am a filmmaker.
Can you say your last name a little slower for us?
Eltringham. Fortunately, it's phonetic, so if you ever see it spelled, just read it as you would normally a word. It's not complicated.
All I remember is ham, so it's pretty cool.
That works, yeah.
Really long. Did you have a hard time remembering how to spell your last name as a kid?
You know, when I was a kid, my father always told me the reason why he made my name so long, because it's actually Alex Jackson Eltringham. He wanted me to make sure that if I ever signed up for the military that my hand would hurt, because he didn't want me to do that. This is like a little deterrent.
Did he accomplish it?
Yes, but not for that reason. Yeah, funny enough, I actually do stage work at the local theater in my community, the Gallo Theater. And everybody who works there has a J name, right? There's a Jeremiah, there's a Justin, there's
Jared, probably.
There's a Jared, and
Joe.
No Joes, actually.
Oh.
And to be part of the cool club, you have to have a name that starts with J. And recently, I just got added into that group because they realized my middle name was Jackson. So, Jack.
Jack. They're basic. J names are basic.
I wouldn't call them basic. Isn't your name starting with?
Yeah, but I'm fucking crazy. Any Jeanette, any Hispanic J names, we're fucking insane.
Good to know.
Stay away from J names. Hispanic, female version of things, yes. But I'm pretty sure you knew that.
I didn't. I male Latino J names. Those are fine. Like Jose and.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just basic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So J names are basic unless they're crazy.
Unless they're me.
Gotcha. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta say, Jeanette is a bit different.
Very.
You know, some people, even on your own set, sometimes get it wrong.
My name?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Like how they pronounce it?
Yes.
Like that motherfucker right there?
Absolutely.
Actually, nobody knows how to spell it. Nobody knows how to write it. I had a hard time learning how to write it. I fucking hate my name. It's a fucking old lady name. My middle name doesn't fit me any better than my first name, but that's what I got.
It's Janette, right?
Wait, well, one more time?
Janette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Nobody ever gets it right.
It's a thing. With all the assistant directing work that I've done, it's important for me to try to type everybody's names as many times as possible. It helps me remember it, you know, when you have to deal with the information sheet of getting everybody's names on there, then you've got to deal with the call sheets, you've got to contact them, you've got to get all the numbers on your phone. It's just a skill that you have to develop.
Yeah. How many Jeanettes are there?
One.
Other than me?
0.
Yes. Cool. My old lady name works.
Certainly going to be helpful with IMDb because I know several different people. Like, there's one guy on this last production. His name is George Lopez.
The George Lopez?
Not the George Lopez. His is just, George with a J. And it's funny because when we tried to put him in for IMDb, there were like 30 other people.
Is he a basic motherfucker?
Well, that's why, we started putting our middle names and things. Like mine, Alex J. Eltringham, that's why I do that every time to help identify my IMDb.
I think I like you better because you have a J middle name.
Hey, it works in my favor sometimes. It did at Gallo, it's going to work here, right?
Yeah, and so my sister's name is Maria. My brother's name was Jesus, and there's a Jose missing. That's me.
Oh, that was the switch.
Yeah. I fucked shit up for my parents. They wanted a boy and they got me instead. I don't know if that's good or bad, but doesn't matter because they're not even here anymore. Anyway, who are you again?
Let's see. Other than a filmmaker, I do a lot of stage work. I've also dipped my hands in other things. I'm working on developing a podcast still.
Wait, you're trying to make your own podcast?
Yep. It's called Making Film. It's myself and my business partner, Karina. We just kind of sit down and we talk about certain aspects of filmmaking, and we kind of just like...
Your business partner is not your girlfriend, is she?
No. Good friend, a mentor of mine, Karina Etern. She was the director and producer, or is the director and producer for Road on Drift. It's the historical kind of biopic about a Japanese man who in the 1940s had his own farm. Then they started the Japanese internment camps. He went to the camp. He actually got drafted in the war. He said no, he wasn't going to do that while he was imprisoned. Went to jail for it, came back, got shot at, and eventually got his farm back.
All of this over a farm?
More about constitutional rights than it is the farm.
You know, I come from a farm. True story.
Grew up on a farm and know how to work the land?
Well, my parents are from a little ranch where there's actual cowboys.
Nice.
Yeah, I was at work like a week or two ago, and this fucking like stagehand people came in with a cowboy hat, and he had swag. I was very impressed, and he made me happy, and I'm like, little do you know that my family are the real cowboys.
That's awesome.
True story, I don't know.
I mean, these really cool farming things and you know, how to raise animals, it's something that we've lost that I think we need to start learning again, just in the average population.
Oh, I'll never go back.
No?
No, fuck that. It's not my style, man.
You like the chaos of filmmaking?
You know, actually, I went out there when I was younger, and I wasn't really doing filmmaking back then. But now, as a filmmaker, if I go back, it'll probably be a different story. I'll probably make multiple stories.
Is this in a different state?
It's in Mexico.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you take a film crew down there, people will be happy to help you. You know,
My passport's expired.
So what? How much is a passport now? $75 fix?
More than that.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's not the money that is stopping me. I just don't want to go back there.
Fair enough. But one thing I've noticed with filmmaking is you film anywhere in California, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, whatever, it's a film thing, we don't care. I went and did a film in Louisiana. The reception, even to our low budget, you know, couple of cameras.
Louisiana, Tennessee, is that two different places?
Yes. So
I have a friend somewhere out there.
Louisiana would be a little more south, closer to...
I don't fucking know why.
Closer to Texas.
I feel like I'm...
It's like the state, like east of Texas.
I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, the reception... The people were there like, oh, you're making a movie? And all we had was a single DSLR camera and a boom pole. They're like, oh, you're making a movie? Can I get in the movie? Can I help out? What do you need? We even had cops from...
Is this considered the Midwest?
No, this would be the South.
Well, I give up. I clearly don't know. But I heard people in the Midwest are really nice, so I'm not surprised.
Well, it's not necessarily about being nice. It's about how many films get made in a certain area. You know, people in California automatically assume we're a little bit more glamorous, and that, you know, films are something like...
There's films happening everywhere.
Exactly. But
New Mexico, Texas.
But if you go to a smaller community, we went out into Plaquemine, which, by the way, has the best gumbo. It's a little hole-in-the-wall
What the
liquor
fuck
store.
you know about gumbo?
What do you mean, what do I know about gumbo?
You're like the whitest of white.
That's true. But I think there's other physical things about me that say that I maybe like food.
Food is the best.
But yeah, so we filmed in Plaquemine, and the police department actually showed up on duty and got paid to show up. And they were great sports about it. They were so happy to be there. They were having fun with it. They were like putting handcuffs on people and letting people play with it.
They were part of the script?
They were in the script, and they showed up to be part of the script and part of the film.
These weren't like actors, they were actual
cops.
Ops?
Yeah. And they showed up with their squad car. They did the whole thing driving up and down. They let us film it. They did the sirens and everything. They even got out and acted in the film themselves. And I was one of the people they arrested.
Nice.
Yeah. The reception you get outside of California is always warm.
Yeah? I would like to witness that one day.
Yeah, it's like it's like going at, I guess, an independent level, you know, with not a lot of equipment, not you know, high production value or being...
I need to replace my cameraman. Fuck that guy. And then we could go like fucking anywhere else.
Yes.
Bye. Walk out.
I am not sure about their relationship. I don't know what's going on here. It's just that I'm here for this guest spot and kind of stuck in the middle of this.
Anyway, so I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
There's 2 rules though.
All right.
You can't say no, and the most important part is we have to make it look real.
Hit me. What you got?
All right, so you know I'm like super obsessed with aliens.
Okay.
There's a bus stop right outside my apartment complex, and then on the other side is a 7-Eleven, and then there's kind of like a grass area. So let's just do a crew of like 4 people and make this nothing fancy, nothing crazy, like some kind of spaceship on that grass near 7-Eleven, alien style, motherfucker, like super legit real.
Do you have a prop for it?
No, how do you make one?
CGI might be easier.
Who cares? The specifics don't matter, but are you down to do it?
I am a filmmaker. The specifics
They don't need
only
to know.
matter.
They don't need to know.
I need to know.
Whatever we need to do to make it happen, but it has to look real.
Possible, yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
All right. Like right now, we'll just stop filming and go do it?
No, what the fuck? I thought about it, but no,
Just a mid-podcast episode interruption. We're going to go do this real quick. We'll be right back, right?
I don't think I have the talents in this room to do that right now. Do you disagree?
Depends on what you want to do with the alien. Do you want to just have like a ship land, or do you want to have like aliens
Just a
come out of
spaceship.
it?
Just a spaceship. Make it easy. No aliens, just a spaceship.
Because I see 2 people. As long as we get some green makeup, we'll be good.
How about we create this spaceship?
Okay. You know, when I was a kid, I did a film that was almost a parody of Star Wars, where we just had spaceships up in space, and the model for our spaceship was seriously a Lego shape covered in cardboard that we then made in just actual cardboard with bunk beds for a film.
But this have to be a project we work for shits and giggles, and then yeah, somebody has to get like be on that bench. I have a whole thing about it. I'll tell you later, but you have to say yes. That's the whole thing.
Actually, what you said was I can't say no.
Yeah, you can't say no, so you have to say yes.
I mean, I could ghost you.
Why would you do that?
Because you gave me limited options.
But you're a filmmaker,
I am.
so you won't let me down.
I'm not going to let you down, but the logic doesn't exactly track.
It doesn't have to be logical.
I guess so. That's
We'll
true.
figure out the specs later on.
Just as long as we don't do it in post.
No.
Have you heard of that rule, by the way?
Everybody says we'll fix it on editing.
In
After,
post.
yeah, that shit.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. So when I was in film school, our instructor vehemently scolded us whenever we said something like that. She told us a story of one time she was working for a television station, and the switcher, who's the guy the director who's telling the switcher what to do, he's a grumpy guy. And he already walked in that day grumpy.
Was he old?
She didn't specify. And the something got messed up in the calls or something, and he kind of got a little irate about it. And then the teleprompter guy, he just pokes his head up behind the monitor and says, "We can fix it in post." And the director just lashed out at him. Middle of the show, they're taping this, and he just lashed out at him in the control room and fired him on the spot.
Yeah.
Our instructor took saying fix it in post very seriously. It's something that never works out as well as you want to do, as well as you want it typically. And it also creates a bunch of work for your editor or VFX artist or anybody else in the sound department. So it's typically best just to take your time, just get another take, get it right.
They could listen.
What?
The editor could listen. Just saying. It's possible to fix it in post. Son of a bitch.
It is possible to fix pretty much everything in post.
Is it just lazy? Is that why we don't say it?
It kind of diminishes your own skill if you have to rely on post. It's kind of a cheat.
It's true. It's true.
Makes you feel valued, like you.
But it's also pacing. The rhythm.
Let's face it, there are several times that we as filmmakers make something that can only be fixed in post-production. And as you were saying, it could be a pacing problem, it could be problems with dialogue, it could be problems with, one time I've had a filmmaker who came from film school. They shot something at the incorrect frame rate, at the wrong ISO, the wrong shutter speed, and sound wasn't synced.
Damn. All kinds of fucks.
Everything wrong. And apparently they went to study camera work. They wanted to be a DP. So I'm like, what is film school teaching? Nowadays, when people tell me that they went to film school, automatically I'm like, okay, so this is someone who I am unsure actually has any skills for the degree that they got. Because a lot of times those things are just like degree mills. All they do is they're trying to get people to sign up for courses and do this, that, and the other. And they teach them a bit of theory, but they don't teach them enough actual practicing in the filmmaking field. And that's a problem because this is an art where you gotta learn with experience.
Hands-on.
Yes. So the additional problem with that is typically people who come from film school have this idea that they know everything. So it's always a thing. In fact, I'm in several different film groups where we post set memes and whatnot. I saw one where it was a film set. There was the DP at the camera standing on top of some PA.
Film student.
Well, he was like on his hands and knees up on him because the tripod was
I've
higher.
seen it, yeah.
And, everybody else is like independently grown or learned on their own, but the one person who's just propping up the DP is the one who graduated film school. It's a very common issue.
I didn't go to film school.
It's typically a waste of money. You can learn way more about film doing it yourself, playing with a cell phone, and working with people just in your friend group than you would going to film school typically.
I agree. But I don't have a choice than to agree because I didn't go to film school. Did you go to film school?
I did.
Does that make you feel superior?
No.
Because I met some film people, industry people. I don't like them.
Well, one of the big problems with industries, incredibly over-bloated budgets. It's not sustainable for Hollywood anymore.
No, they just have massive egos.
That's a big problem too. Fortunately, those who have worked in the industry that I've worked with have been very, very nice people. Like, I worked with one director of photography, Chris Abbey. He works for ABC Studios. Very nice guy. Chill as could be. I enjoyed getting beers with him.
Did anybody throw beers at each other's faces?
No.
Is that a common practice?
No, but so when I did go drinking with Chris the first time, I actually owed a drink to our second cinematographer, Wada. what happened was it was a windy day. We're filming at the lake, and we're picking up these big, gigantic boards. You know, the 4x6 boards, because we laid them down because the ground was so wet. We needed some way to traverse it, and I picked it up, and at the wrong moment, the wind blew as hard as it could. We're right next to a lake. Gripped it. I lost grip. It flew out of my hands 10 feet in the air and hits this guy in the back of the head.
Random guy?
No, the guy I was specifically intimidated by because he was actually an industry professional.
Perfect.
Yep. So I had to go buy him a beer.
Did he forgive you after that?
Oh, he forgave me immediately. The guy is really cool.
Okay. The beer just made it better.
I still feel bad. I still feel bad to this day.
You didn't do it on purpose.
No.
Unless you did.
I did not. I promise.
I don't know if I believe that.
Promise.
Off air, you'll tell me it wasn't. It was on purpose.
But yeah, so.
I'll keep that between me and you.
And every camera in the house.
This is a conversation. There are no cameras here.
Okay.
Just like I had a guest and he's like, oh, I fucking threw a baseball and it went in somebody's car. And he finally confessed that.
On camera.
On camera? Not on camera, on conversation between friends.
It's a trap.
It is.
But yeah, when it comes to Jason Wada, that was the guy who I hit with the back of the head with the board. He actually ended up being our director of photography for Road on Drift, and then he actually went on to win an award for a 72-hour film down in Fresno. He's doing a lot of good stuff.
He's still alive.
Yes, he lived. He survived, and he got promoted.
You sound really guilty.
He survived. He then also got promoted, and we're.
Is there anywhere I can verify that he's still alive?
Well, you can see his Instagram where he's posting videos. You can see new photos of him.
Okay. I might have to.
These are definitely not. It's definitely not an Instagram account that I set out that I've been
I wasn't thinking that, but now that you mentioned it, I don't know.
It's legit. Don't question it. It's fine. It's really him.
So for it's not.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Did you just confess to murder in my podcast? Is this a new low?
There's no murder. There's nothing. There's no war in Bossing Say. For those Avatar fans out there.
What is this? Oh yeah, my cue cards. Next subject.
Idea. Good idea.
Huh?
Good idea.
Yeah. Fuck you. Have you ever had a hostile relationship with anybody in set?
Yes.
How did you handle it? I don't know if he's crying or laughing.
Possibly both. The way I dealt with that one is I kind of just did my job, and then I just watched them burn out.
You watched them burn?
Mm-hmm.
How did you do that?
No, I just sat back. I knew it was going to happen. Again, another...
You set him on fire with your eyes? Just fucking looked at him and...
You're painting me as this very violent person.
Nobody is good in this earth. We all have evil sides.
Yeah, but the plan is usually try to keep it locked up and put away.
Anyway, continue on, friend.
Where was I? Oh yeah, so I just watched him kind of burn out himself. It wasn't a great year. The film department was getting cut. There was a whole bunch of other drama going on, and nobody could get along on that set. It was
not even you.
Oh, I was the one rational voice, and I'm not just saying that. I'm going to back that up here in a minute, but it was the worst production I've ever been a part of.
Period. What made it so bad?
Well, let's see. I was producing it. I didn't get any of the information from the script, what we need to get. I was not being told anything. Whenever I tried to get information, nobody knew anything. The director didn't know their vision. The actors didn't know their lines. Props were never there because nobody told props what they needed. Wardrobe, same problem. Getting locations to do things were one problem. The cops were called on us at one point.
For what?
I don't even remember anymore. The two leads had a kissing scene, and
They didn't want to kiss.
No, they were totally fine kissing until the camera's on them, and then they absolutely refused. Then we were editing this project for I don't know how long, right before it was due, and everything got corrupted. So the director had to spend an all-nighter piecing together a shambled together version of this film. And also somewhere in the middle, I took a brief hiatus to go down to LA to record music for the film. And
Kind of like fucking people singing up.
it sounded better than that.
I fucking hate them. But I can't do anything because we live in America. Anyway,
Well, not until 10
I'm
o'clock.
sorry. Back to your story.
So yeah, it was a horrible production. And then I think the cherry on top of this was when the writer and the director got into a fist fight. Yeah.
Please tell me you recorded this somewhere on the internet.
I was on vacation doing that
Oh.
recording thing with music while this happened, but I got reports from everybody on set. They were like, this just happened, they beat him up, and the security came, and then this happened, and like, oh boy, I'm missing a lot. That was also the same 3-day span I was gone where the film department actually was officially cut for the school, after everybody had been fighting the last year to not let that happen. Along with the journalism department, the television department, and rating department. For all the mass comm arts.
So it was your fault that they got in a fist fight.
No,
Ultimately.
that was just an additional problem on top of everything else. What's funny is right before I left, I'm like, okay, you guys gonna be okay for 3 days while I'm gonna be gone in LA?
Would you have stayed?
No. There was nothing I could do.
Out of your hands.
The director, as I said, I asked him if they'd be okay, and he was like, the world's not gonna fall apart while you're gone.
Little did they fucking know it did.
It did in a horrible way. I mean,
Karma, that's instant karma, Alex.
there was nothing I could have done either way, but the world did
You
fall apart.
fucking bewitched those motherfuckers.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you did.
I
Because
went
he
on-
fucking... It's all your fault, Alex.
I went on vacation for like a day, recorded music the next day, and then drove home the day after that.
Does this music exist?
Yes. In fact, it was actually soundtracks from previous films that I'd written that my brother got a live orchestra to record by the same guy who does the sound engineering for Hans Zimmer.
I'll pretend I know who that is for your
The quality of recording for that.
What?
You don't know Hans Zimmer?
I don't know shit.
Jesus.
The quality of the music recording for what we did is at the same level as like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what you can take away from it.
Okay. I just, throw me a link so I could hear it. Or some shit.
It's privately on my computer.
Expose the files to me. Somehow, some way.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Some way, yeah. Reminds me of the fact that I don't have a laptop anymore. Anyway,
You have a desktop?
I don't have shit.
Okay.
Long story. I don't want to talk about it.
That's why she's got me.
Fuck you, Ken.
Oh, so you do all the editing.
Yeah.
Okay, so he decides when to roll, and then he gets to cut it together at the end of the day, too.
Pretty much.
There's a backstory. I'll tell you later.
He does the photos, he does the short clips. I just do the long clips. You do something, right?
I did the last podcast.
You did the alright, Stephen
I thought
Michael
you were supposed to
Martin.
edit this one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's editing this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jason.
What the hell? Okay, fine, whatever.
You're getting
Jeez.
overthrown here. I mean, to be fair, you're doing all the. You have.
Yes,
all the
you have all the
cameras,
cameras.
so
Right,
you can
okay.
pass it to me. Take my editing.
I'm just here.
I can do that, you know.
Oh, so let's just say somebody tries to punch me. Are you gonna help? Or are you gonna let me get my ass beat?
Why would someone want to try to punch you?
We live in a fucked up society.
I don't condone any kind of violence on set.
I never been in a fight, physical fight ever. So you got nothing to worry about when it comes to me. I'm asking you if you would care if somebody beat me up.
Oh, absolutely.
You would do something about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Jason would.
Fun fact about me is I have been in 2 real sword fights
How?
In real life.
in real life. With
Like-
real sharpened swords.
Oh,
With someone
fuck.
intending to do me harm.
Whew.
How'd you fare?
Great. I'm actually trained in swordplay.
Hey! It's a good skill to have, I suppose.
Yeah, they did not have any skill. Yeah, I spent a good portion of my youth playing with swords, and then finally it was like, hey, your brother's taking a fencing course in college, you should join him. And then you did a broadsword class, and it's a lot of fun. I find it fun. It's a great way to get some exercise. But we're both. First time I was at.
Do you need this?
No,
You brought this for me?
no, it's scratch paper.
For you. Got it.
First time, Pleasant Highland Games, they have those there every year. We were camping there, someone was hitting his girlfriend, I told him to cut it out. He turns to me, draws a sword. It's the Highland Games, we're all armed. And maybe drinking a little too much. But,
So you're kind of an alcoholic as well.
I'm not an alcoholic, but I drink seldomly, but when I drink it's typically because I want to get drunk.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't think hangovers are fun.
I have these electrolyte tabs that I take. They're Noon brand. You pop one in a water bottle right after you're finished drinking, you'll be fine the next day.
What if you don't like drinking water?
I guess you're screwed.
You're fucked. Yeah, I don't like drinking water. Hence, that's why I threw the water that way. Sword fighting. Do you have a sword?
I have many.
You know what? I don't even want to even try because me with the sword. Yeah, no.
You can hurt yourself really easy.
I know. I imagine.
Yeah. The other time I was in a sword fight, we were doing a movie. This was again in film college. My college years were wild. So.
Where did you go?
Modesto Junior College.
Okay.
So it was an action movie where it was like all martial arts and the final boss was supposed to be a sword fight. I was portraying the big bad guy, and the woman who was leading this, I don't know what happened, something snapped in her. The director and the writer were also kind of butting heads on that one a lot, and it was a problem for everybody. But I was sick as a dog. I had my big heavy coat on and I was just sipping Dayquil all day, high on Dayquil.
I'm stuck on the swords.
So,
I'm trying to figure out a way if I can use these swords. I'm assuming you have a whole collection of them.
I do have a collection, and I do know how to choreograph sword fights.
You would be best friends with somebody I don't want on set. So probably shouldn't introduce you.
Well, if they're not wanted on set, it's probably not going to be a great friend.
For you, I think you could deal. You seem like a more reasonable person.
You probably met him.
Who?
Don't no. Shut the. We're on
Almost
camera.
got her. Almost got her.
Off camera. Hey, wait, got me what?
You were trying to lead me into a trap. I was leading you into one.
Motherfucker. This whole thing's a fucking trap. Swords.
So yeah, so I don't know what happened. She snapped. The director and the writer have been yelling at her all day. She snapped, and then they called action, and then she just starts going at me as hard as she can, completely against the blocking.
Wait, you were sick?
I was sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And wait, I'm so confused. What?
I was sick. We were supposed to have a sword fight. We had a choreographed sword fight we were supposed to do. And, you know, the writer and director were way up on a hill with the camera. I was down here near, like, a stream next to her, fighting her. And everything was planned out. I knew exactly what I was supposed to do. She was trying out exactly what she was supposed to do. But she just lost it in a moment. She just started attacking me wildly. So, you know, just a couple quick parries, grab her hand, and then kind of push her down. That's it.
Cool. Cool.
I will say that both people who I fought came out unscathed, just they landed on their ass. Without a weapon in their hand.
Sounds embarrassing.
Not for me.
For them.
Yeah.
Last time I was on my ass, it was on a skateboard, and I have never ridden that skateboard ever again. Or any skateboard ever again.
But you know, the only time I've been on a skateboard, I ended up on my ass too.
Very humbling. Very humbling experience.
You should watch me try to do skating.
You probably fall eventually.
No, I fall immediately and often. It's like watching a newborn baby giraffe try to walk.
Probably doesn't happen.
No. It was, I hurt the next day. For sure.
Yeah.
I think I got my skates on, I got to the rink, and I made it 1/4 of the way through before I just gave up.
I'm sure you don't fall on your ass too often, though.
No, I do not.
It's not something that's meant to be enjoyable.
Usually I'm pretty graceful when I need to be. It's just when I'm not solidly on the ground, it just doesn't work.
Right. Right. So tell me more about these swords.
I can tell you what I have in my collection.
Sure. Wait, no. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Don't tell me. Well, that'll be another video.
I actually have a picture of most of them on my phone.
Secret.
The wonderful wonders of editing.
Oh, this isn't
Well,
gonna
but
be
we
edited.
can't say we can fix this in post though, or otherwise someone's gonna crash out.
This is an okay instance. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras.
Yeah, we
There's
just
plenty of
switch.
cutaways.
Yeah. In theory, if I were editing.
Yeah, sandwich.
I never watch my episodes
No?
back. I don't like the sound of my own voice. Yeah. So even if shit is bad, you would have to tell me because I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So half of them get away with shitty editing, probably, but I don't watch it, so I wouldn't know.
So then it's on them to make sure it's good.
I would say I would probably send you before I post it so you approve it. Otherwise, it's probably, I don't know. Now that they know that you're gonna watch, they might actually pay attention.
I do know a little bit about filming. So pressure's on.
So I went and did some research
Okay.
on you. And I found...
See, I knew this was going to be a picture of me.
Fuck. No. That picture's random. We'll save it for after this comment that I have. And I found on your Instagram, it said, you've been doing filmmaking since you were 5. How
Yep.
the fuck is that possible?
My brother.
Is he older or younger?
He's 10 years older than I am.
Basically your grandpa.
Kind of like a brother-uncle kind of like thing going on. So when I was 5, my brother was doing a student film where he needed a kid my age that was, you know, blonde-haired, because that's what I was at the time, to match the lead. So basically he told me, okay Alex, we need you to run through this forest and act scared, because this is a horror film about a demon that kills people.
That's what typically demons do.
So, what I did is I just did the best I could, you know. It was my big brother. He brought me around all of his other high school friends. I was 5 years old. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I just started running around the forest, being as scared as possible. I grew up watching films and being enamored of films. In fact, my favorite film is Hook. When I was a kid, I would tell time not by hours, but by how many movies or television shows it takes to do something. So half-hour, 2-hour blocks. So one trip to Disneyland, it's like, how much longer do we have left? We've got 2 movies and 2 television episodes left to go. Aw, man. So yeah, my brother's the one who got me on set the first time. And apparently I could act as a child. Everyone was blown away by my performances, so he decided, you know what, Alex, we're going to make our own film. So we made the first film that I directed called The Headless Body, and it's basically me and a bunch of stuffed animals, puppeted by my brother, just talking, doing things, and most of them get killed.
Nice.
Slasher film.
Okay.
So that's
Is
how
your
I
brother
started.
still active?
My brother currently has his PhD in music composition, and he does film scores.
Nice. Cool.
So after that, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how do you get into the film business? How do you do this type of art? As a kid, you don't have a whole lot of options. So I'm like, well, I can participate by writing. I enjoyed the process of writing. I realized I'm actually got a decent idea of how to do it. So I ended up working on my writing skills quite a bit when I was younger. It wasn't until I got into film school that I was like, okay, cool. So I can direct, I can produce. I don't know if you know the Orson Welles quote, where an artist needs a brush, a writer needs a pen, a filmmaker needs an army. So when I was able to find an army, I was able to actually do more of the roles that I wanted to do. So, and then it just kind of went on from there. Continued working on different projects, different films, and kind of growing the community that we're in, finding out who's in it, and trying to organize them.
So the reason I bring this up is I never met anybody more obsessed with film more than me than now. You're more obsessed with film than I am.
It's honestly kind of a problem. I spent 1 week last year, working on set, coming home, working on set, coming home, working on set, coming home. And you want to know what I did with my off time? I watched documentaries on filmmaking.
I thought I was bad when I started talking about film at work.
I think though, the more you get into it, the more you're going to talk about it, because
Right.
you're going to always be able to talk about it. The more people you're around who are in film, and it just becomes normal conversation for you. I was hanging out somewhere with a group of friends that are not part of the film lifestyle, and they were taking a picture, and I said, you could key off that light right there, and they're like, what? What does that mean? I'm like, oh, right.
Talking about pictures,
Yes.
I was walking on BART,
Okay.
walking to my bus, and I found this, and I need you to help me figure out what that is. It's a picture, old school picture. I'm assuming has one person in there. Looks like it, unless it's an alien. Who knows?
Looks like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I don't know much else after that.
Looks like SF State.
Yeah. That's what I was going to guess.
That's why
It's
it's
a
university
university.
too.
Yeah, it looks like a campus, little crossway and a bunch of students walking this way and that. Looks boring, really. Why'd you pick that up?
Why the fuck not? Have this professional film person
Analyze
enjoy
that
it.
random
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, most I can tell you is it looks like a university, probably taken somewhere in the 70s or early 80s.
My English teacher would make us write the first thing in the morning, because I was part of the Fame Academy. He would put a prompt, and it would be a picture of something, and we would write about it
That's a fun exercise.
every morning. So not a picture of you. I don't think that's you.
No, I don't think I'd be in this picture. I don't think I was born yet. But yeah.
Yeah. Why I keep it? I don't know. I thought it was artsy.
Certainly random. What's cool though is that now you've got a film prop, if nothing else.
We could use
Yeah.
it for the film.
Yeah.
We could be like, this is the wedding
The bride.
photo.
The bride photo.
Boom! But I also have a ring.
I was gonna just avoid showing whatever he's pulling out of his wallet. But
Like the last-
yeah, we got something that works.
Well, we could like fuck around with it.
Or the last picture of a dead friend.
No, stop. It's too dark. I've been dealing with death too much.
Too much of a downer?
Yeah. Death sucks, man. But it's fun in film. Anyway. So that I don't have anything written down. Oh yeah. Number from 1 to 10. What's in this?
Oh, 1 to 10, am I gonna guess?
Yes.
7.
Fucking motherfucker. You're good. He got it on his first shot. He knows me. I think he fucking knows me, you guys. He's in my head.
7's an easy number to pick because number 1, it's a lucky number. Number 2, it's also biblically significant.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
I do too. Yeah, fun times. I don't know what else to ask you.
Okay, so let me ask you some questions.
Please. Nothing about death.
No, nothing about that.
I'll walk out, I swear to God.
So being an orphan...
Being an orphan.
It's okay, we both are.
Orphans?
Yeah.
I'm not an orphan.
Oh, I thought you said your parents were gone now.
They're dead.
Right.
Oh, that makes me a fucking orphan?
Yes.
Fuck. But I'm old.
So?
Still an orphan?
Yeah. I mean, it's different when you say, yeah, I was orphaned at 7 versus I was orphaned at 33. That's a big difference.
Well, they didn't die this year.
Well,
How do you know I'm 33?
I didn't.
Swear to God.
He knows.
I swear to God.
No, it's a song. It's a song, I promise you.
I swear to
I was
God.
referencing it.
Oh, isn't that a Beatles song?
No, it's from this really obscure musical about Jafar from Aladdin. It's basically from
Okay,
Jafar's.
not what I was thinking.
It was Jafar's point of view of how the events of Aladdin go on, and Jafar is actually a very competent person, and Aladdin's like this skeevy kid who, skeevy guy who's trying to get with an underage princess, but he's actually 33. So one of the songs he sings, or one of the parts that he sings in the song is, "I'm an orphan at 33."
So, your question. Go ahead and ask.
Oh yes. What is your favorite film? Are we passing notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? That can't be.
Oh.
It's on my Instagram. So it's not that hard to find out what I did last summer. I don't remember doing anything scandalous. No, not this summer.
But even if you did, you wouldn't tell me.
Depends.
Live on camera.
Depending on how scandalous it was.
I don't know where I wrote this, but it's always funny to say. And I think they have the sequel coming up, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
excited
think
about
it's a
that.
soft one of those bullshit legacy soft reboots, but they'll bring back the old actors for some reason.
So,
Nostalgia cash grab.
Yep.
my favorite movie of all time is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anything 80s is fucking amazing. 80s is where the film industry was at its best, in my opinion. Yours?
Hook.
90s, yeah.
Is this about a hook? I don't know. If it's-
1993.
Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman.
Oh god,
I don't know.
hurts.
The
What's
story
so
of-
amazing about it?
The story of Peter Pan as he's grown up, left Neverland, now he's an adult. Captain Hook kidnaps his kids, and he's got to go back to Neverland and save his kids and learn how to be a kid again.
Robin.
Captain Hook, is that a pirate?
Do you know about Peter Pan?
I don't think so.
I'm about to cry.
I don't
Whoa.
think I know
That's
who
actually
Peter
a-
Pan is.
You should look into it.
I'm just
Peter
joking. I
Pan-
know who fuck Peter Pan is.
Okay, because I was worried there for a minute. Like, what rock have you been under?
And you make films?
Bueller.
All right, so Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anything 80s?
Next question.
Oh, let's see. Off the top of my head, what's the project you're most proud of? Oh,
Before I
here we go.
destroy it, a little paper.
Oh, it's right.
What?
So, what is your what is the project you're most proud of?
The project that I done, that I've been a part of, that you done,
No, that you've done.
that you done.
No, we're asking you the questions.
It's about my most popular short film on my YouTube channel
Okay.
called Unpleasant Events or Drift or some shit.
So,
We
that's,
changed the title of it a couple times.
so is that one more of a downer?
No.
Oh, it's an uplifting film.
Yeah.
Oh. Wouldn't assume that by the title name.
No. But
So-
that's why it's so amazing.
So what can you tell me about
Did you
this
seen
film?
it before?
I have not.
How can you not have seen my best work?
Because I don't have a link to your YouTube.
You haven't seen any of my fucking short films?
I have not, no.
And we're gonna do a film next Sunday and you never seen any of my work?
Alright, so next question. Have you seen any of my films?
No, because I don't know. But I think I have your YouTube channel and it has some stuff.
I don't have a YouTube channel.
Who
Yeah,
the fuck is
I couldn't find
who the
his
fuck is
YouTube,
Kesso
actually.
with some shit? That's
What?
not you?
Kesso with some, what? No.
Who the fuck? I swear to God, I thought it was you. You're fucking lying to me. You're
I-
fucking lying to me.
If someone has content of me on YouTube that, at all,
Know of?
I am unaware of anything except for a couple different sources. And those would be pretty well identified.
So I thought we were friends here, and clearly we don't know shit about each other.
Becoming friends.
See, this is how you get to know each other, you know?
Yeah. On a podcast.
That's not normal.
See, just friends talking.
Definitely a way. Definitely my way, for sure.
Very publicly.
Truman Show.
Is the sky actually blue today? That's what I gotta wonder.
Kind of.
Does
There's
it-
some
Does it
blue
matter?
sky, gray
Oh.
clouds.
You made a Truman Show joke. So.
Oh, I actually hadn't watched Truman Show, but I know it's like
These people.
Wow.
Somebody can't find the apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
Somebody
surprised.
should go help that lost individual.
I'm about to have a Joey show up any moment.
Okay?
Yeah.
Somebody go save these people from being lost.
I don't know how they can get lost. My signs are only like 2 feet by 2 feet.
Hey, this apartment complex is very
One
hard
F.
to find.
What?
Nobody
I
can
think
find
we're
this.
1228
And if I was to die-
Monument.
No, who's the name
Well,
of the
They would
person?
never find me.
Yeah,
Oh,
how
I don't
paramedics
know.
would find you.
I think there's a
I don't know how
Christopher,
paramedics would find
and
you.
I don't know who she's
Yeah.
talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not fun.
I'll find out.
Not fun.
So with that said,
How'd you find this?
I came here before. I remember.
Stalker.
Yes, I actually came here at like 2 a.m. this morning. Staked out the house, you know. I came in, checked out your fridge, grabbed a sandwich,
You
took some
know,
pictures while you were sleeping, and then headed back out. Just got to get a scope of the land, you know, helps my anxiety.
right. Right. I do worry about my safety. Sometimes.
see that's where you got that fake profit there.
Yeah,
Edit
that's
and
why.
post.
Yeah.
You don't need.
We were actually interviewing this one guest a couple podcasts back, and the topic of carrying came on, and then it all of a sudden became a very obvious thing that he was carrying. And we weren't. And it was like, we don't even know this guy. what the fuck? We just pretty much mooned him with our pants down. Oh my god.
I don't recall.
No? Oh god. He was a really nice guy. I want to, but he very much had a gun on him, and it was a shady kind of location we're here at. So.
Last question before we end this, because we have people
We have some pre-production work to do.
I can
Yeah.
search for you if you want.
that they don't need to know anything about. I can see you being a professor of film. Is that in your future?
Me?
Yeah.
Professor?
Teacher?
I already teach film.
Oh, you do?
I take on private students.
And now me, because you're my mentor.
Yeah. I mean, I also just loosely do it for filmmaker groups. I like to see film thrive. I like to have people get the good foundation and the know-how to make films.
This is better.
Kind of like help them build up, see if they can do it on their own, and I can find the next group like that.
How do you know you're succeeding?
When I watch these groups produce content, I was just at the Modesto 48-Hour Film Festival. There were several people in there that I've worked with in the past that I've seen a lot of growth from. And that's, kind of what we always look for, is just 1% better every day.
I agree. So I believe you mentioned something about a central hub or something like that?
Yeah. The thing that really surprised me about this 48-Hour Film Festival, there were so many applicants. There were 62 different film groups. Only 16 of those
There's more people.
Only 16 of those films got shown. The best of the best. And the theater was sold out and people were turned away. 550 seats. I think that's incredible. It is such a large filming community, and I think that a lot can come from it, and I think that we need to be working harder to support each other in our film projects to make each other a success. Because it's not going to happen magically. Nothing's going to fall out of the sky and be like, here's a bunch of money for you to go ahead and make some films the way you want to do it. You're going to have to find a team. You're going to have to work with a network of people. You're going to have to, sometimes you're going to have to, do things you don't want to do. Sometimes you're just doing everything you want to do, because if you're like me, any day on set's a good day. For me, being on set's like Disneyland. The only way to make it better is if I'm directing, and it's like I've got a fast pass to Disneyland. Only way it's better. So it's important, I think, for everybody to start working with the communities that they have. Because raising each other up is the only way we're going to have independent filmmaking really succeed.
Do you want to tell us about what you're putting together?
I don't know what I'm putting together.
Oh, the Central California Film Community?
Yeah, right now, project-wise, I'm in development with about 16 different things. I'll find out which one's going to stick, kind of like to throw things at the wall and see what sticks. But right now, a couple of big pushes that I'm doing. The first one is for the Modesto Filmmakers Association, or the FAM for short. We are meeting April 14th at 6 o'clock. And this is the Prospect Artists Lab. It's a theater we've partnered with to start putting on these events more regularly and to help the filmmaking community grow and become more organized and cohesive, and to give them the space and the opportunities to find the other people that they need to help fill out their crew, or to help, get projects done.
What if I told you that I want to buy or rent out or whatever the fuck a warehouse where we could film and fucking make shit?
It's expensive, but at some point we're going to need a studio in the valley.
Yeah.
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 It's going to be an eventual need, and if things keep going the way they are, with everyone kind of relocating from Hollywood, the big budgets being a big problem with no financing, the fact that there's more Hollywood flops than there are successes, look at Snow White, right? The filmmaking hub of LA has already dispersed to Georgia, to Canada, to the UK. There's even places in the Midwest that are starting to see some films grow. So the central Hollywood hub doesn't exist anymore, and now the rest of us filmmakers need to figure out what our path's going to be.
Right. That is what's next. Anyways, any concluding thoughts?
Never say fix it in post.
Comment, like, subscribe, and find him if he's anywhere to be found. I don't know.
Titan on Set. It did update from the last time I was on this show. Titan on Set is my Instagram handle.
Tight on set?
Titan.
Titan.
Like a Greek Titan.
Titan on set.
My nickname is Titan because I was in a friend group where there were two Alexes, but my initials are AE, so the film Titan AE. So that was how
That was
I
a
got.
great one too.
Yep. So that's how I got my nickname Titan.
We're done, right?
Yep.
Alright, cool.
That's a wrap.
You want to say goodbye?
That's a wrap. Subscribe. Bye.